Here are the top 7 behaviors that makes a man see you as cheap. Appearing cheap to a man does not have anything to do with money. It has everything to do with how you carry yourself and how you present yourself, what you tolerate, and how you value your time, your body, and your self-respect. So here are the top behaviors that can make a woman, any woman, come across as cheap. Number one, being too available. My dear, you are too available. He has not even called you, you're already in his house. When you are always there, you are always available. Weekend, you are there. Weekdays, you are there. In the morning, you have called. In the afternoon, you have called. Every time you are in his face, when you are too available, he sees you as easily accessible. When you begin to drop everything just for him, even if he gives little in return, you give so much for the relationship. You drop even when you're supposed to go to work because he tells you to come around, you dump work or you dump school and just flee to his house and make yourself very available. When you do all that, what do you expect him to see you as? Very cheap. Or when you begin to rearrange your life for a man that you barely know, that you begin to change your values, your upbringing, your beliefs, you begin to adjust them just to accommodate the man in your life. Maybe you don't smoke, but because you now hang out with a man that smokes, you now begin to smoke. Or maybe you are the type that don't even wear wigs, you love your hair braided, and then you begin to hang out with this man, and then all of a sudden you fall in love with wigs. You begin to change the things that normally isn't you, just to fit that man into your life, just to fit into that man's agenda, just to fit into the kind of person that he likes. He begins to change you. You begin to appear too available, always there. Secondly, this might sound cliche, but it is the truth. Rushing into sex without connection. You just met him yesterday at the birthday bash and you're already having sex. Hot steaming sex. Just met him at a carnival and you're already in his house. 2 days later, you're already having sex, giving him different positions. That brings your value as low as it can get. You sleeping with him too soon before even building any form of emotional connection. You don't even know if you like this person because you just met him today and you're already having sex. What if you don't like his character? What if you don't even know him? You're already giving your body. How won't you see you as cheap? Or when you try to use sex to keep him or win his heart, you feel, let me give him this position today. You will not be able to forget it. Someone you just met last week, and you feel, I need to tie him down. And what do you want to tie him down with? Sex. That screams a whole lot of cheap. Or you begin to ignore red flag just because you want to keep him, and you know this person is not good for you, but you are hoping it's going to change in the course of the relationship. Trust me, that red flag that you ignore today is going to come onto you tomorrow. Once you begin to give your body just because you want to keep a man or you want to keep the relationship, that man himself begin to see you as somebody that is easily accessible, and then he begins to take advantage of you. Listen, men often separate lust from value when it's time to take you serious. When we are talking serious, when we're talking settling down, when we're talking involving in a serious relationship, they separate lust. Their brain begin to separate lust. Is this woman somebody I can have my kids with? Is this somebody I can present to my family? They separate lust from value. It is very easy for them. Just so you know, sex alone doesn't keep his commitment. So you just need to be very careful. Thirdly, tolerating disrespect or accepting bare minimum effort. Babe, listen. The moment you begin to tolerate disrespect, or the moment you begin to hype his bare minimum effort, your eyes is going to see shege in that relationship. Take for instance, he says, let's hang out by 6. And then by 6, you're there. 6:30 is nowhere to be found. 7 o'clock is not there. 7:30, he just throws in. He just throws in and then give you one flimsy excuse. There was traffic. And then you let it pass. The next day, he gives you another one. The third day, he gives you another excuse. And then you continue letting this pass. You let He is disrespecting you. He does not respect you, neither does he respect your time. So that these are the kind of little disrespect that when you begin to tolerate from a man, they begin to see you as someone that can take just anything from them because you are very desperate for that relationship. Or you begin to make excuses for his behaviors. You begin to make excuses for his nonchalancy, the way he treats you just like you don't exist. These are the characters that actually make a man know that you don't deserve his respect. Number four, when you're always talking about money. Today you meet up and then all of a sudden your grandma is sick. Or next tomorrow, you are feeling headache. I need to go to the hospital. Don't you have parents? when all your conversation is about how you want to siphon money from him, when all you know is how to get this wig or the other jewelry, when all your conversation is all about money, money, money. I'm not talking business. I'm not talking business that will yield both of you money. I'm talking about looking for a way to siphon his money, get money from him into your pocket. When all your conversation is all about that, he begins to catch up quickly that this girl is just here for my money, which in turn make you look very cheap. Like, can't you work for your money? A man is going to give you money if he values you. You don't necessarily need to ask. A man that has sense, that respects you, knows when to bring out his wallet for you, knows when to give you his card. So you don't need to bend your back over just to get it. Or when you begin to obsess over what he has, maybe he drives the latest Benz, you begin to obsess over it. Or you see him wear the latest wristwatch, you begin to obsess over it. You begin to praise him. I like how you begin to obsess over these things that he shows up with. He knows you are clearly driven by what he has. He knows you are clearly driven by the money. He begins to see you as cheap. He now begins to understand that he can actually get you. It's just the price that matter. Number five, when you try too hard to impress him, you are trying too hard just to prove a point. You're doing so many unthinkable things just so that he knows you safe. You follow for waiting they talk. In a relationship and that you're being valued, you don't need to do too much. You don't need to you don't need to stress yourself or give yourself too much headache just to prove a point. When you begin to try to impress a man, he begins to sniff it from afar that you are acting desperate. You're oversharing, giving informations that you're not asked. You're sexualizing everything. That one. Every conversation has to do with sex. You just look for a way to sexualize every damn thing, every damn talk. I mean, you're trying too hard to impress. So just so that he knows you follow for waiting that they talk. No, now you don't have to go that low. Or you begin to compete with other women just to win his attention. You see that this other person likes him. You feel, let me outdo this girl, let me outdress her so that he sees me. See, all these things no matter. Lastly, when you are the type that flirts with just everybody, just everyone, you're flirtatious in nature. I don't believe there's anyone that I don't believe there's anything like being flirtatious in nature, because there's really no character that you cannot tame. So yes, if you're that type that is readily available for just anybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can have you. You are in this person's house today, and then tomorrow you're already in this birthday. Next tomorrow you're already in this boat cruise. Next or upper tomorrow you're already in this club, or you're already sitting on this one's lap, or you're already rubbing the other one's head, or you're doing one thing or the other. You know, flirtatious behaviors that actually doesn't sit right, that actually doesn't feel okay. Trust me, the girls that involve themselves in these things actually know that they are doing something that is not right. Being too flirtatious, you don't even know who is watching. You don't know if there's a guy eyeing you from afar, and you're disgracing your lineage, you're disgracing your generation. You know, you're just doing too much. Cut it down, take it down a notch. Okay, just to add this, when you begin to pursue a man that has clearly shown that he is not interested in you, you continue to put so much effort into that man, even if it is obvious that he doesn't like you. That screams cheap, that screams available, anytime accessible. When you begin to, do so much just so that you can get the attention of a man that clearly doesn't want you, it makes you look cheap and desperate. You don't, or when you don't have any standards. Any man goes, the smoker, the flirtatious one, the thief, the 419er, the thug, the ones that are not respected. Anybody just goes. Anybody that faces you and tells you I like you, fine girl, I like you follow. When you don't have standard, you begin to appear really cheap to any man that has values. Okay, so yeah, these are many more are those things that put you out there as a cheap person. And when a man sees you as someone that is very cheap, very accessible, my dear, they begin to treat you just as same. They begin to treat you the way they see you. I advise this year we begin to curtail some of these characters in order so that we can up our game and be put in a really good light. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If there are if there are other points that I have not mentioned, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. If you have not liked this video, why? What are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel also. Like I always say, I am IJ. This is Love Lounge, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.